All right. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in, man. Thanks for taking time to spend a little time with me. You know, I always appreciate that. So let's get to it. Listen, let me qualify myself and say this is not for me, but it could be. It might be. But what I mean by that is I'm not your traditional road to glory player. I've played it, in the past with old NCAA games. Yes. Did not play it in College 25. As well as Superstar. I played Superstar in Madden of yesteryear. I did not play it in the most recent Maddens, no. But I might give it a whirl. I think I'm going to play it a little bit, and I think I might even feature it on the channel. We'll see. But I just wanted to give my quick 2 cents on just the idea of what they're doing. Like I said, I am not the one to give a review or happiness, sadness, or whatever for these modes, because these are not my modes, but it's worth at least covering it on a small level, right? So let's just get to it, man. We're going to breeze through these. Again, I'm not reading much here at all. I'm just going to breeze through them and see what looks interesting to me. Obviously, here in Road to Glory, the biggest thing is going to be, I'm sure, the reintroduction of high school, right? But what does it say here? College football 25, we laid the foundation for our multi-year vision. Okay, we've kind of heard that with some of the other stuff, like the presentation. So clearly they have a vision of where they're trying to go, bringing back college football. So this would be year 2 of their vision. They talk about the creation here. This is pretty basic stuff here. You can create yourself as elite, blue chip, contributor, or underdog. Right. And again, I'm assuming that this was in Road to Glory in College Football 25. I'm not 100% sure, but let me just read to you what they mean. There are 4 distinct starting points. Elite is a 5-star, blue chip is a 4-star, contributor is a 3-star, and an underdog is a 2-star. Each offers a unique experience, from carrying the weight of the national expectations to battling for recognition from the ground up. Your selected star rating sets your starting attributes and determines whether you begin with an ability tied to your archetype. Okay. Pretty self-explanatory. Pretty self-explanatory. And from what I've heard, there's still only these 5 positions. I know some people that are big on this mode are upset that you can't be multiple positions, which I believe you could do that in like Madden Superstar mode back in the day. I even believe you could be an offensive lineman. If I have that incorrect, please correct me in the comments. But I know that's been some of the beef, and I've seen some of the Road to Glory community a little upset that still it's only quarterback, running back, wide receiver, Mike linebacker, and cornerback. Let's continue. They talk about archetypes. Again, that's very light stuff there. Player info, to use Team Builder. Says you can use Team Builder. Okay, interesting. It says head to the Team Builder website when College Football 26 is live worldwide to create your school. Okay, so I guess you can put your Road to Glory player on a roster in Team Builder. I guess that's what it's saying. We shall see. They talk about different styles here. And high school. So it says your Road to Glory officially begins with your first media moment, an interview with the local reporter, Alice Zimmer, who's covering your rise as a high school prospect. Alice kicks off your recruiting story by asking a critical question. What motivates you when choosing a college, whether it's academics, championships, playing time, or something else entirely? Your answers help define the kind of programs that will be most interested in you, and schools will evaluate your fit based on how well your motivations align with their school grades, and which will start to determine which programs are most likely to pursue you early in your journey. Okay, cool. So it sounds like, and again, I'm not the expert in these modes, but it sounds like maybe your career starts a little sooner in high school than it did in the past. In previous NCAA games. It says, before we dive into how you build your tape, it's important to understand how to set your recruiting board and manage the top schools that are watching your every move. So it talks about recruiting here, managing the top schools. School scholarships thresholds isn't static. It's shaped by multiple factors, including team prestige, scheme fit, your motivations, proximity to campus, team needs, and your answers in scenarios and other off the field actions. Okay, I like that. Definitely like that. What else they got going on here? Building your tape. So obviously there's certain things that you'll have to do to build your tape. And I did see something about in the trailer. What was it talking about that I wanted to read up on? It was regarding the tape. Give me a second. Highlight moments. Was it highlight moments? Might have been highlight moments. So let's go back and see what that's referring to. Highlight moments. It says, in addition to coaches pitching, pitching you on their program, some schools will challenge you directly, asking you to put a specific skill on tape that aligns with what they're looking for. These are called highlight moments, and they're among the most intense opportunities in your recruiting journey. I like that. Highlight moments are high risk, high reward. They give you a chance to make a major leap with a particular school, but the challenge comes with a steep price. The tape score boost you earn only applies to that one school, and the goals are significantly harder than you'll face in a standard gameplay. I like that. I like a little risk reward. That's cool. These moments can take many forms, from throwing a perfect lob pass for a touchdown, hitting a 50-yard deep completion. Also, the key is that they are tailored to a specific skill the school values, and your success or failure in that moment can be defined and can define how that program views your future. I like that. I like that a lot. So that is very interesting. And then, of course, they talk about scholarship offers. I'll read this last piece. It says, your offer tier can also change if a school signs another player at your position. Not only will the required access tape score to keep your offer increase, but the quality of the scholarship package itself may drop. Likewise, your interactions with coaches, your performance and highlight moments, and your choices in off-field scenarios all affect how schools see you and whether they're ready to commit premium resources to you. I like that. So it sounds like there's going to be highlight moments, offer the field things that are going to determine who and where you go in terms of scholarship offers. Definitely like that. They talk about verbal committing. They talk about senior night. What does it say about senior night? At the end of your high school season, you'll get one last chance to leave it all on the field. Senior night, this is your capstone moment, a final opportunity to showcase your growth, your tape, and everything you've built through the season, okay? Then, of course, they have signing day, welcome to college, weekly agenda, season and career health. I love this because we know that this is going to be a part of Dynasty as well, and I'm always cool. And this is what I prefer, when games build their career modes the same. Obviously, Road to Glory is not the same as Dynasty, but the journey should be. So yes, your health and all of that should be in both modes. Love that, because, you know, Road to Glory is a single player Dynasty. See what I'm saying? So it talks about NIL deals, scenarios and dilemmas, coach trust and position battles. I like that. It says coach trust now goes beyond winning your position. As you earn more of it, you'll unlock new abilities on the field, including greater access to the playbook and more control at the line of scrimmage. Love that. Love that. It says in College Football 25, coach trust was a great mechanic for getting you onto the field and earning playing time. But once you won the job, there was little risk in losing it unless you became academically ineligible. And then it says players ask for more to chase after earning their role. And this year, Coach Trust has grown into a long-term progression system that rewards you for consistent performance and growth. All good stuff here, man. And they're just showing some screenshots. Coach Happiness. Looks like it says, Coach Trust reflects your long-term growth. It does not capture how your coach feels about you in the moment based on your field performance and off-field decision-making. But in College 26, it says we're introducing Coach Happiness, which is a direct reflection of how your coach feels about you right now. It's a short-term, week-to-week system that reacts to your in-game performance and off-field decisions, and it can make or break your spot on the depth chart. Love that. Love that. It has to be risk-reward with everything that's going on. What affects coach happiness? Game performance, meters like GPA, scenarios, which is weekly off-field scenarios, and practice. Wow. Let's read that. Coach happiness also changes based on how you perform in weekly practices. No medal equals small loss. Bronze equals neutral. Silver or gold, small gain. Practice may not move the needle as quickly as games, but it helps maintain trust during quieter weeks. I love that. And let me explain to you why. What I'm hoping in Madden franchise, not superstar, franchise, I'm hoping that practice has more of a weight to it. Even something like this is starting small, right? To where whatever medals you get affects performance or trust or whatever. I want it to continue to go down that path, so we shall see. And then it talks about game day and per play grading. Love that. That sounds like, the dynamic, performance there, which again, I believe this grading system is nothing new, but again, I love that it's every play matters, right? And that's kind of like what we've seen in NBA 2K's My Player and stuff like that. Talks about progression, leaving your legacy, trophy room, etching your name into the college football history, and from Friday nights to Sunday. Okay. So again, your journey starts from high school. And obviously, what you would want to do, like it says here, is be drafted. So it says in College Football 26, we have expanded the integration between Road to Glory and Madden Superstar Mode. This is a story and a journey that stretches from Friday to Saturday to Sunday across 2 games and 1 player. See the Madden 25 deep dive, Madden 26 Superstar deep dive for details. Beautiful. Your decisions and your choices ultimately shape your journey and your road to glory. That journey doesn't end with college. It's just getting started. So I love that. Because again, guys, one of my biggest things that I would want to see them do, even with standard franchises, I want dynasty and franchise to be more of one. And before I pull up the Madden article, let me just tell you quickly what I would love to see. And I will make another video about this later. But I would love to see that if you decide to start a dynasty, there's an option that says, would you like to connect your career to your franchise that you started in Madden? And everything that goes on in your dynasty is what drives the data in Madden in terms of stats, ratings, storylines, all of that. It's all blended and connected. So if somebody crazy like me that just want to be an offline, even online, but if I want to just play an offline dynasty and my offline franchise and it's connected at all times, that's how you do it. And they're seemingly doing it or continuing to do it with Road to Glory and Superstar. So it's possible. Now, if we flip over to the Madden news, guys, and again, I have not played Superstar since back in the day, right? So again, I don't have many opinions on this either, but we'll just scan through it. I just wanted to do my part and at least just give my opinion on the idea. So there's these career chapters. Let's see if there's anything that seems intriguing to me. Career chapters, progressing through chapters. It says moving through chapters requires you to earn influence with key characters by meeting objectives. This is all managed by your sphere of influence feature. Okay. From the Superstar menu, you can always view your current chapter and the objectives you need to hit to reach the next chapter. Okay. All right. So they're talking about chapters here. High expectations, move up the depth chart, prove you belong, next steps, becoming team leader, fan sensation, superstar, Hall of Famer, and then redemption chapters, find your footing, earn your spot back, and a step back. Okay. All right. So this sphere of influence seems to be something new, I'm assuming from what I saw in the trailer. It says, The measure of a superstar is more than just how they perform on the field. It takes strong relationships and a great support system to become a legend. This year, Superstar Mode introduces Sphere of Influence, a feature that allows you to form relationships both on and off the field. This is what I'm talking about. These relationships are unlocked organically, meaning the way you play will dictate who you bond with. This extends to both the choices you make during gameplay and how you spend your free time during the week. Love it. Love it. Balancing all these relationships is one of the greatest challenges of being a superstar. You can't please everyone, so deciding how you build and maintain each relationship will impact your career. As a QB, is it best to quickly maximize the connection with your wideout one, or while ignoring your wideout number 3? Or would you rather let everyone eat from the beginning and bring all of your receivers along at the same time? This is what I'm talking about. Yes. Now now this is like living experiences. This is how you keep your career mode fresh, right? Everything you do affects what happens in game. Again, I'm hoping there's some elements of these type of things in standard franchise. Obviously, it's going to be different. A single player franchise obviously is different than a standard franchise when you're controlling a team. But again, I want stuff like this. I want a lot of things on and off field that keeps me immersed. That's a great thing. Sphere Influence has Inner Circle. It says, like many of the NFL's iconic duos, there's a way to form a lasting relationship that can never be tarnished. When you have maximized an influence level with a particular character, they are enshrined in your inner circle. Circle of trust. Many of y'all would know where that statement came from. At this point, you can no longer lose influence points with them. So you never have to worry about getting on their bad side. Wow, see, this is good. Sphere of Influence with the coach. The most important relationship you'll have is your head coach. If you want to earn playing time, unlock more of your playbook, or use pre-play commands, you'll need to have influence with your coach. Hitting weekly objectives and achieving good player grades is the best way to keep your coach happy. But beware, he is also the quickest character to lose confidence in you if things start to go south. Hey, the guy has a job to do. Losing influence with him can result in losing all privileges he gave you. And it's also how you can get demoted on the depth chart. Man, I love all of that. Sphere Influence to teammates. I'm not going to read all of these because clearly you can tell what's going on, right? You can tell what the sphere of influence means. So there's teammates, there's other characters, which is probably media, there's coach, there's inner circle. Let me see. The others include who? These characters are scattered about the experience, with some of them even being a bit hidden. Okay, so maybe characters isn't that. So it says one of our goals in adding Sphere of Influence was to interject some character into the mode, pun intended. Wow. So these are character things about you. Okay, I'm loving it. And then there's Sphere of Influence weekly activities, okay? There's game day beats. What is this all about? It says Superstar has never had a feature or a system that dramatically impacted the in-game experience from week to week. While skills, while skills progression, narrative, training, and other supporting features have evolved, the core gameplay piece has remained largely similar. As NFL fans, we know that while the lead up to the game day is a big part of the sport, the real action unfolds on the field. To this end, the development team is committed to making Superstar more than a menu mode by fully integrating into gameplay. So it says, to make this happen, we're introducing a revolutionary new system called Game Day Beats. Every week will feel different. Every week will have a purpose. No longer will a game in Superstar mode feel like just another date on the calendar. Each week will deliver a unique story, complete with dynamic gameplay and bespoke of objectives from your coach. Are you a road underdog in the biggest game of your life, like the Commanders beating the Lions in the playoffs? Sorry, Smitty. Maybe you're facing a high-pressure blitz scheme with your reliable left tackle missing due to injury. What about the challenge of a snow game in Buffalo, where you'll need to change your entire game plan to survive? Game Day Beats ramps up the stakes while personalizing every game. Come on, man. I'm loving that. I'm loving that. And here is basically a look at some of the beats. It says changing gameplay in Superstar mode. Says here, sphere of influence integrated with Game Day Beats gives us several new ways to impact the game day experience. Gameplay modifiers provide tangible challenges such as beating a specific scheme, overcoming an injury, and adjusting inclement weather. Coach objectives, earning influence with teammates, and introducing spot duty and shorter gameplay experiences in the backup role will also deliver a new way to play. Objectives will fit the shorter time windows, giving you a meaningful way to play when you're earning your role. I'm loving it. Superstar Live. I don't know what this is, but let's just read a piece of it. It says Madden 26 is ringing in a new era of Superstar. We overhaul the live events with new gameplay rules, new environments, and exclusive new rewards. Showdown, the human-controlled 3-on-3 squad mode, gets even more competitive with the addition of ranked divisions. Okay, so they're kind of talking about, I forget what the mode was called, Superstar or something, where, you know, again, the 3-on-3, whatever they called that gameplay, that mode. Like I said, guys, this is not a feature or a mode that I have traditionally played. I haven't played Superstar since back in the day, and this is pretty much the end of the article. And I'll just say this. I'm intrigued, and I think I will be playing both Road to Glory and Superstar mode because now they're interconnected. And that is the dream that I have had for Madden and college football since back in the day, since when we could import draft classes. It's unfortunate that we can't do that, but I'm sure that whole NIL situation is going to put a hamper on that, you know, a damper on that for the foreseeable future. But since way back when you could import draft classes, I always said, man, it would be crazy if they could build these games together and make them connect. And it looks like they are definitely approaching it that way when it comes to the single player career, Road to Glory, and Superstar. Will they do that at some point with Dynasty and franchise? This could be the gateway into that, just making these games interconnected. Because again, the biggest theme that I'm seeing with these games is my biggest beef with last year. I felt like there was features in College 25 and a feature or two in Madden 25 that wasn't in the other game. Now, everything that you're seeing from a gameplay standpoint, basically presentation, audio, features, it lives in both games for the most part, and that's how it should be. So now, I hope they continue to push that narrative as they build these games together and make them more interconnected. So yeah, I will be playing this. Let me know, guys, if this is something that you guys will be rocking. Are you excited by this news? Do you care or not? And those are just my 2 cents on it, man. Yeah, my 2 cents lasted 24 minutes. But that's what I got on it, man. Again, before you go, guys, always going to remind you, man, hey, if you like the video and you like the content, it's right there. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as turn on your notifications so you know when these videos are live and running. Outside of that, man, hey, I'm still waiting for the franchise deep dive for Madden 26. That is the big one. That is, yeah, that's the one I'm waiting on. So, of course, I'll see you guys when that happens. But until then, like I said, man, share your thoughts in the comments. I'm interested to see how you guys feel, especially you guys who are heads for Road to Glory and Superstar. Interested in hearing your thoughts. Outside of that, man, appreciate y'all watching. and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.